Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is AC Productions, and today I'm going to be showing you on how to install these hidden LED auxiliary lights. Now what these lights are going to help do is going to light up the road a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the bike so you guys could see them on. Alright, so there we go. So when I hit this switch, you can see the two lights on each side lighting up. Then I have my switch. Turn them off. All right, so guys, so let's get to the video. We're gonna start out with being on the road to kind of show you mainly about this center main light and how it actually lights up. Now note, when you see it on the video, it does look like it's lighting up the road really well. When you're in real life on the bike, it doesn't really light up all that much actually. The low beam works out really good, it's just the high beam is the problem. So with having these extra lights on the side, it's gonna give me more of that side-to-side view to kind of really light up the road. All right, so let's get to it. Alrighty guys, so I figured I'd pick out a road that's pretty dark and kind of close to me because I didn't want to ride that far, but I kind of just wanted to show you how the light looks on the Gsxr when it's just a low beam. Now having the low beam is great, but when you're out riding and you're especially in dark areas like this, that it's okay, but I've noticed that when you put the high beam on this bike, it kind of sucks. So when you put the high beam, that's all you get, and when going up and down hills, this light just doesn't cut it. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like not good enough. But I noticed that when I put my passing light, so let me go back to the low beam. So here's my low beam, but if I were to ride and hold down that button, it lights a little bit better. So when I look at the front of the bike, so let me show you, let me lower down the contrast of the camera so you guys could actually see what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the light when I'm pressing those buttons. All right, so right now we're on low beam. If I were to do high beam, you could see that the low beam turns off and the high beam turns on. But if I go back to low beam, when I press and hold that button, then the high beam turns on. So both low beam and high beam is on. When I let go of the button, it's just the low beam. I'm not understanding why Suzuki wouldn't, you know, do it when you flip the high beam, that both of these lights would just turn on. I think that'd be more ideal instead of turning off one light to give me a different light. Alrighty, so now that we're back in the garage, what I was gonna mention is that not only would I have some lights here inside the vents, I'll have some lights over here. So I'll remove the reflectors obviously on both sides and put some extra lighting here. That way I have a lot more lighting when hitting up those dark area roads. Alright guys, so I'll be showing you the tools that you're going to be needing as we go through removing the parts. Alright, so first off, you're going to have to remove all 6 of these screws. Be one over here, here, and also same on this side. And that's going to be with a 2mm Allen key. And then next, you're going to need a screwdriver. Pop off these little caps on the mirrors on both sides. Then after that, it's going to be a 5mm Allen key to remove those. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all those. You guys do the same. Also, before I forget, make sure that you have a Ziploc bag to put all your screws in. Also do multiple bags right on here on the top what the screws are for. That way you'll keep your screws safe and you won't lose them, and then you also know what screws go where. You're also going to need a 10mm open end wrench to loosen up the screw here for the mirrors, and that's going to be on both sides. So one here, and same thing on the other side for the mirrors. Okay, now that we got all of the screws out, now we're going to go ahead and remove the windscreen. Okay, now that we got the windscreen off, next we're going to be doing is removing this screw here with the Phillips. So one on this side and one on the other side. So it's just one screw holding it. So go ahead and remove the screw, and then we'll remove these covers. After that, we're going to go ahead and remove this screw on both sides. Phillips screwdriver. So screw over here on this side, and then same thing on the other side. You can see the screw right over there, even though it's out of focus. Screw right there. Alright, so besides those 2 screws, we're going to go on the underneath side of the bike, of the headlight actually, and we're going to have to pop these little pins out. These are push pins. So as you can see, there's one right here. So 1, 2, 3, that's 4. And then there's one all the way in the back over there. And then same thing on this side. You're going to see a little push pins here at the bottom. Here, and then there'll be one all the way inside right there and back there. Alright, so you can focus here. So we're going to go ahead and do this one here. So all you have to do is, let's see, where's that one? Oh, right here. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and get your Phillips or whatever. Push it in. Once that's in, then you're going to get your pry tool. And then just get it underneath and then grab it with your finger well, or you could let it drop on the floor, whichever, and that's how you get those out. Okay, after you get all those little push pins out, you're just gonna go ahead and grab the plastic and carefully remove it out of its spot. I wanna make sure I do not break this plastic because there's actually tabs that go into these areas, and you definitely don't wanna break those. Okay, next you're gonna have to go ahead and remove 2 screws. This one right here and that one right there is gonna be with a 4mm Allen key. Then you're gonna need a pry tool like this to put it inside here and then separate the half. So you're gonna be separating this whole section right over here, and that's what you'll use this part, not that part. After that, you're gonna need to push out these push pins here. It's kind of hard to get it focused, but right about there. So if you see right about, so you can get better lighting for you guys. So hard with the camera right there. So there's a push pin right there hidden. Push it in, take it out, and do that for both sides. Front of the headlight here, so those pieces are underneath this part here on both sides. All right, so this is the part we're gonna have to be careful. Now what you do is gonna be grabbing this area right over here, and we're gonna start lifting it and kind of pulling it out. So let me see if I can do that for you guys so you can see what I'm trying to do. And at the same time, you wanna move this plastic as much as you can, because inside, let me actually get the camera so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So if we go here, you could see when I move this plastic, you could see there's this pin right there where my pinky is. There's a pin there. So just try to maneuver, move it as far as you can without breaking it. As obviously we didn't remove that many more screws, trying to minimize on removing as many screws as possible and just remove what we need to get done. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do this here. So let's see. So as you're moving it, now you already see that the headlight is pretty much almost out, or as loose as it's going to be for now. And make sure you're careful with these tabs, because you definitely do not want to break any tabs on the original fairings, as getting original fairings is very expensive. If you have aftermarket ones and if you really don't care that much, then who cares? But for originals, you always want to definitely for sure be careful. Alright, so when looking underneath here, you're going to see that the main wire harness or whatnot is still connected to the vents. Therefore, I believe that that's what's kind of holding it also in place. So there's some clips over here. I think you could probably just wedge them out, pull on them a little bit. May have to really look into what I need to do. Probably get the pry tool and get it in there to have them come off. So pretty much look around and see where it's connected to. I see one over here on this side. And let's see on the other side over here. I believe over here as well, where my finger is another clip. So you're gonna have to go ahead and undo those clips so it could kind of free from it being held in place. Alrighty guys, so I'm not gonna lie, that was a royal pain in the butt. Not only was there some right here, all the way in the back. I'm not even sure if I could even zoom in holding the flashlight separately now, so it's not on my head. Let's see if I could kind of get it with the light, which is kind of almost nearly impossible to look, but in real life, if you're able to see it, guys, it's kind of an impossible show with the light. I'm not sure what's going on here, if I could even get it. Okay, I got it with the light there. Okay, so right there. So I'll show you with the crayon or a marking. There's a clip right there, and that's all the way deep in there, so you have to undo that clip. And then besides those type of clips holding the wires, I found 2 push pins secretly in here. Show you one if I could get to it. So right there, I'll show you with a marking on both sides, so not only on that side but also on that side, hidden as well up inside there. All right, so we got all those out. Let me see if I could go ahead and remove the headlight now. All right, so it looks like it's still connected somehow, so I'm gonna have to really look over here and see what else is still making it not be removed. All right, Suzuki really loves their push pins, and I found 2 more hidden push pins in the headlight area. So right there, so there is 2 push pins there, or 1 on each side. So 1 here on this side, I'll show you with a little mark. So 1 right there. And then on the other side, it would be more harder to show you, but just trust me, there's another one on the exact opposite side. So let's go ahead and get those push pins out, and then we should be able to remove the headlight. All right, so we got those 2 hidden push pins out of the headlight. Now let's see if the headlight will come out. And yes, it's actually coming out. May have to remove the steering a little bit. All right, so now we got the headlight up to here. Next we're gonna have to do is start removing some of these wires. These are part of the headlight and turn signals. So we're gonna have to start disconnecting these to actually get this thing fully out from the bike. All right, so it looks like Suzuki really loves these insane clips. And besides that, we have to disconnect the DRLs, which if you see right there's a pin right there. So to disconnect the DRL, you're gonna need a small little screwdriver to kind of push on the little pin. It's kind of hard to show you because the cable's just so tight in that area. Once you look in there, there's a little pin, just push it in and then disconnect the cable. And then over here we got this insane clip. So there's a clip right over here. So just get a small screwdriver and shove it in there and then kind of pop it out. Besides that clip right here, we got another clip right over here. And then again with the DRL switch, or I mean not switch but connector, there's one right here, this white piece right here by my thumb. And then after that, we should be able to kind of disconnect this thing out of here. I'm not sure about this one over here. There is a clip over here. To get this guy out, if we have to, we're gonna have to shove the same screwdriver in there and release the pin and we can slide this thing out. Alrighty guys, that's gonna end this portion of the video. Now stay tuned for part 2 of this next one. I'm trying to keep these videos short so they're not too long. Alright guys, take care. Don't forget to subscribe down below, hit the notification bell, like, and I'll catch you on the next one.